she's got a couple of puncture wounds in her butt and it's looking more serious than what we all thought. The neighbour's dog must have spotted her and just charged for her. So I picked Pear up and this dog just literally jumped at Pear in my arms and pulled her by the tail.
Hole in Manoli. She's got a hole.
How you doing, Pear? Good girl.
In Bondi, waiting to see Dr. Kate is longtime client Lara and her beloved animal family, rescue cat Pear and dogs Olive and Honey.
Come here, Olive, away from the food. I've come to Bondi Vet my whole life. My godfather used to own this practice, and when Kate took it on, she really took me under her wing and is always there for me when I have questions about my animals or getting another animal. And yeah, we formed a really lovely friendship.
Hi! Fancy seeing you here.
I know, once again.
He's like a frequent flyer card. Hi girls! So you have a new cat?
Yeah, I do. It's my cat Pear.
I have seen this cat on Instagram. Pear is a little Scottish fold, and Scottish folds are quite interesting because they have these little ears that fold over and they're born like that.
She's a cutie, but she needs your help.
Yeah, okay. Let's go have a look at her.
All right.
Come on girls! I'll take Pear.
Okay, you take Pear. Unfortunately, my cat got into a fight with a dog, not one of mine, and she's got a couple of puncture wounds in her butt and it's looking more serious than what we all thought.
Hi babe. So I have that she has a tail injury.
Yes.
So what happened?
So I was trying to be a good neighbour and I had my neighbour's dog to look after for the day, and the neighbour's dog must have spotted her and just charged for her. So I picked Pear up and this dog just literally jumped at Pear in my arms and pulled her by the tail.
And you didn't think there was anything wrong with her? You kind of thought, okay, like looked her over, thought everything's okay?
So because of her fur, I didn't see that underneath her tail, it almost looks like the pelt's been pulled back.
Okay.
This was my fault. I should have been much more careful.
No, I mean the reality is that you're dealing with multiple animals. It can happen to anyone, right? So Lara hasn't actually noticed that Pear has an injury until today. Okay, let me see. Hole in Manoli. She's got a hole. It's very, very deep.
Oh, I'm so sorry, Pear.
Hole in Manoli. She's got a hole. Goes all the way down into that muscle layer. And we're going to need to stitch it up.
In Bondi, Kate has discovered a nasty wound in cat Pear after the young rescue cat had a run-in with a neighbour's dog. Owner Lara is shocked the injury is so severe.
It looks like there's been a tooth that actually has penetrated through those muscle layers.
Oh, I'm so sorry, Pear.
The worry here is about infection. Having that open wound, it's been a tooth, a really grubby tooth, all the way through into that bottom. So it's obviously not an ideal location because what we're risking here is that we get some kind of infection. Wow. She's boiling. It's really hot. She's 39.5. She's definitely carrying a temp there. That makes me concerned. That means that Pear is heading into dangerous territory. Once we hit about 40, that's when we start to hit the panic button. I'm going to take a little swab of this area. We don't know what kind of bacteria is down there.
Yeah.
And what we don't want to be doing is just guessing when it comes to antibiotics. That's when things can start getting a bit scary. We don't want infection in this wound. The other complication is its depth. As soon as I put that little swab in, I can't actually feel the end. If that wound has gone so far up that we've actually penetrated into the abdominal cavity, it's going to be a whole new level of pain. She's a sweet little thing.
Yeah.
With infection from the nasty wound rapidly spreading through her small body, Pear needs urgent surgery.
I feel horrible that I'd not spotted it and that this poor, beautiful little thing has a wound in her. I only just rescued her, so obviously it was pretty traumatic.
Good girl.
Good girl, Babs.
Hi, good girl.
Good girl, Babsy.
In Bondi, Kate is preparing for urgent surgery after discovering young cat Pear had a life-threatening wound from a nasty dog bite.
The nurses are just preparing her for surgery, so they're just clipping and making sure the anaesthetic's going okay before we take her into theatre. Appreciate how deep this goes down into her. Whoa. So that basically goes to about there. That's pretty long. So if you can imagine, she's only a little cat and she's got a wound that deep. This bite has gone really far in. Worst case scenario here is that wound has actually penetrated a body cavity. We need to make sure that we haven't penetrated any structures that we actually need. In this case, she looks like she's been quite lucky.
Thankfully, there's no damage to Pear's vital organs. But the good news is short-lived.
The skin here is not bleeding. It's just got no blood supply, right? Which means it's going to eventually become necrotic and it's going to die. If there's no blood supply, there is no point stitching up 2 pieces of tissue because it's just going to break down. We're going to have to cut away the edges of this skin. So we're going to have to actually take this back until we can see nice red rosy blood. Blood is good. Let's get some saline and let's flush this out. The more that I can flush it out means the less bacteria that's actually going to be in the wound.
With the injury already thoroughly cleaned, Kate is ready to finally close the young cat's shocking wound.
I'm going to put some internal sutures in so we can close some of that dead space up. And then we're going to do a couple of layers of sutures on the outside. I'm guessing maybe a 50% chance that this is going to break down again and maybe she's going to need a second surgery. All we can do is wait and see and hope.
As Pear wakes up, Kate is cautiously optimistic that the adorable rescue cat is on the road to recovery.
Oh, so cute. Oh, she's so sweet. Hi Lara, it's Dr. Kate. You can breathe a sigh of relief. Everything is good. Maria's just holding on to her. She's just waking up at the moment.
How severe was the injury?
It was really deep, deeper than even we thought. So we need to just be mindful of the stitches all coming apart. But we can cross that bridge when we get to it. Okay, bye. Over the next couple of days, I'm going to keep a really close eye on Pear. Lara is going to go home with a whole bunch of instructions, but I'm hopeful this is going to go pretty well. Okay, there you go. Good job.
It's 2 weeks since Pear's dramatic surgery and she's recovering well at home with her devoted adoptive mum, Lara.
Good girl. You're such a poser. It's an absolute relief that Pear's back and also that she's okay, that it went so well. I knew she was in amazing hands. Should we have a look at your butt?
Thankfully, the stitches on Pear's wound held together.
Dr. Kate's done an amazing job on Pear's little butt. Can't believe it's healed so quickly. Come on, both of you. Breakfast time.
And even better news, Pear and Lara have grown even closer through the traumatic experience.
Pear and I have really bonded. I guess 2 months ago she was a rescue cat and then all of a sudden was thrown into a completely new environment. So maybe didn't trust me, but now she knows that I'm the person who's protecting her, the person to pick her up. Good girls. Pear, Honey and Olive are my little family and the bonding that has happened through this experience. It's definitely resulted in a pretty happy little household.
If you guys loved that video, great. Make sure you subscribe to our YouTube channel below. That way.